I need to locate it. I feel like enough time has passed that I could call B and we would both be on the phone and just be like, let's just fuck it. Let's just drop it. And I feel like we would both be cool with it.
Matthew Knowles, yes, that Matthew Knowles, the father of Beyonce and Solange, recently sat down with Carlos King and dropped some serious tea that left fans stunned. He finally opened up about the long-lost Beyonce and Alicia Keys collaboration, the music video for Put It in a Love Song, and revealed why it never came out. This was one of those industry mysteries that fans have argued about for years. See, back in the day, this collab was hyped to be massive. Beyonce was ruling the charts. Alicia was coming off her Element of Freedom era. Both were in their prime. Two powerhouse queens linking up on the same track. It sounded like a dream. People expected fireworks, a #1 single, and visuals that would go down in R&B history. Everyone just knew this was about to be the kind of music moment people replay for decades, but then nothing. The song never dropped as a single, the music video disappeared into thin air, and the industry went silent. Fans were confused, like how could something that big just vanish? And it wasn't like this was a simple studio shoot either. They went all the way to Brazil to film it. With all the budget, the team, and the buzz around it, people couldn't wrap their heads around why it never saw the light of day. Something just didn't add up. Even Alicia Keys seemed a little unsure when people asked her about it later. She'd smile and say things like, "Oh, I just have to locate the video," almost laughing it off. But that just made fans even more suspicious. Like, how do you lose a music video you filmed with Beyonce? That's not the kind of footage you just misplace. People online were convinced there was more to the story, maybe some drama behind the scenes that no one wanted to talk about. Well, Matthew Knowles finally broke that silence, and what he said shocked everyone. According to him, the real reason the Put It in a Love Song video never came out wasn't creative differences or label drama. It was something way deeper and way more dangerous. He revealed that the shoot ran into serious trouble because Alicia and Beyonce didn't check in with the local gangsters who controlled the area in Brazil where they were filming. He claimed the label didn't pay off the local crews who basically ran the neighborhood, something that's considered standard when big productions film in certain parts of Rio de Janeiro. So according to Matthew, these local power players weren't happy about being ignored. And once that tension hit, the whole shoot turned risky. That's when the label decided it was better to just bury the video entirely rather than deal with the fallout. If that's true, it changes everything. Fans are now saying this could be one of the biggest what could have been moments in R&B history, not because of artistic disagreements, but because of real-world street politics. The thought that two of the biggest stars in music had a whole video scrapped over safety concerns, that's wild. And now that the truth's out, everyone's wondering, will that footage ever resurface? Or is it locked away forever? So, according to Matthew Knowles' shocking claims, Beyonce and Alicia Keys were basically run out of Brazil. Can you imagine that? Two of the biggest names in music having to pack up and flee because the situation got too real? Hearing this story now, it sounds absolutely wild. Almost unbelievable, but the more you think about it, the more it starts to make sense. Like maybe that's exactly why the video never dropped. What if the shoot went sideways, the production crew got caught up in chaos, and the equipment got seized? Maybe the footage was lost, damaged, or locked away somewhere. Nobody knows for sure, but it definitely paints a clearer picture of why that music video disappeared without a trace. Fans have been saying for years that something just didn't add up. And this theory fits perfectly. It's crazy to think about all the time, effort, and money that went into filming that project. Flying to Brazil, bringing in crews, extras, costumes, dancers, everything. All for a video that never saw the light of day. That's a huge loss, especially when you consider how iconic it could have been. Just imagine Beyonce and Alicia moving through those colorful Rio streets, blending soul and samba, creating a visual masterpiece, only for it all to vanish. What a waste. But honestly, the main thing is that both of them made it out safe because let's be real, Brazil ain't sweet. Some areas out there can be extremely dangerous. especially if you're an outsider who doesn't understand the local street codes. And if what Matthew said is true, then Alicia and Beyonce were lucky that things didn't go left. You gotta remember, even Michael Jackson had to deal with the same kind of risk back in the day. When he shot his They Don't Care About Us video in Rio de Janeiro, he filmed inside the Santa Marta favela, one of the most dangerous neighborhoods at the time. The only reason that shoot even happened was because the drug lord who ran the area happened to be a huge Michael Jackson fan, and they still had to pay him off to make sure everything stayed peaceful. Now picture that. If that drug lord hadn't been a fan of MJ, even he could have been run out of there too. That's just how serious things can get in certain areas. So hearing that Beyonce and Alicia's team might have skipped checking in with the local bosses makes this whole thing sound even more dangerous. It's sad, really. Two legendary artists, both at their peak, came together for something that could have been monumental, and it got lost to time because of street politics. Fans are still begging Alicia to locate that footage, hoping that somewhere, somehow, those clips still exist. But for now, it looks like the Put It in a Love Song video is one of the biggest R&B mysteries ever, and one that might stay buried forever. Put It in a Love Song honestly deserves its flowers. And for real, that track had everything it needed to be a timeless hit. The vocals were flawless, the chemistry between Beyonce and Alicia was pure magic, and the beat still holds up today. It's crazy how a song that strong never got its proper moment to shine. Imagine if it went viral again, it would blow up instantly. It's about time people on TikTok rediscover this gem and give it the love it always deserved. A few creative edits, some dance trends, maybe even a challenge. That's all it would take to bring it back to life. If any song deserves a second chance to dominate the charts, it's definitely Put It in a Love Song. The world missed out once, but maybe social media can finally give it the justice the industry didn't. So what do you think about this whole situation? Should the video finally be released? Should fans push for Alicia and Beyonce to drop the footage if it still exists? Let's talk about it. Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and don't forget to share this video if you care about music history getting its due. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.
Michael Jackson's famous 1996 music video for They Don't Care About Us was shot in a Rio de Janeiro slum. During that period, the area was under the control of Marcio Amaro de Oliveira, better known as Marcinho VP, a recognized drug lord. To guarantee Michael's security, they had to speak with the drug kingpin Marcinho VP because the Brazilian police refused to climb the hills of the slum. Brazilian-born Brown University graduate Katia Lund, who was working for Spike Lee, was sent to speak to Marcinho and negotiate for protection. Despite being known as a dangerous criminal, Marcinho VP was actually a huge Michael Jackson fan.
But the police don't even go up there. There's one guy that runs the favela. And so we had to go see him to make sure that Michael Jackson would be safe. We had to pay him a little money, but he said, while you're here, Michael Jackson and you guys, this would be the safest place. You could put a $1,000 bill on the ground and you come back the next night, it's gonna be there.
Alicia Keys and Beyonce music video. Where is it? I get a phone call.
The way I was so thirsty for that video to come out in 2010, I was obsessed with Alicia Keys. Okay? This is not the time to ruin my joy and what I like with your opinion. Okay, going back to what I was obsessed. I idolized her. Now that I'm looking back and I am Jesus's daughter, I idolized her. I had her posters everywhere. Anything with her name on it, I bought it. I bought like DVDs, like there. Even the tour that she did with Beyonce and Missy Elliott, there was like a behind the scenes she did. I would watch that faithfully. Like every weekend I would watch it. I would know the lines to it. The Unplugged album, I had that album on CD and DVD and watched it. Her and Common and Mos Def. I am pro Alicia Keys and Crucial Keys. Okay? Her music changed when she got with Swiss. For sure. For sure. But pre-Swiss, every album on rotation. On rotation. I was obsessed with her. It was crazy. And everybody knew I went to see her in concert by myself. I was in the 5th row. She sounded beautiful. She sounded better than her album. Oh, she sounded beautiful. I was obsessed with her. I couldn't wait for that video to come out. And it never came out. And now we know why, finally, 15 years later. And actually, my favorite Alicia Keys song is Sweet Music. She sang it live on the David Letterman show. I remember her hair was straight. She had on like a purple velvet jacket or shirt. That is my favorite song by her. And it's not like you can't find it on, you have to go to YouTube just to listen to it. So, but I'm glad I know now. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you, Matthew. You did something. You did something.